Hello everyone, I am your Lore Keeper. Welcome back to the Lore Keeper Show. This is episode 8 of Twisted One-Shots. Last time in episode 7, we had the All-Monk One-Shot. Now let's get into the episode 8, which is not actually the last episode of this particular Twisted One-Shot season, because we actually have 9 episodes because we had a special episode during Christmas Day. This is the pre-made characters one-shot. Now what could that mean for our players? Well, this is a one-shot idea, of course, created by me, and this is a one-shot idea that you can actually only do on online things. Specifically, what we're using is D&D Beyond. So, on D&D Beyond, you can go in and select multiple different ways to make a character, but instead of building their own, they will have to choose one of the pre-made options. They will have to level it up to level 8, and the story that they're doing takes place in the Kingdom of Fire. After a while of the Princess of Ice and the Prince of Fire dating, they were going to get married. However, their ceremony was stopped due to the fact that the Prince of Fire was put in jail for the murder of the court jester. None of this feels right to the people of the kingdoms, or to the people in power. And in fact, the party has been requested to help the kingdom by the Princess of Ice. So, will they be able to figure out the murder of the court jester? That's what we'll get our answer to today on Twisted One-Shots!
One. Hello, everyone. I'm your Lore Keeper. Jesus. Welcome to episode 8, the pre-made characters episode. We've got Luke and Stella. Atticus could not make it. Why don't we get to kind of what you guys were doing beforehand? I'm gonna start with Stella this time. And just what were you doing? And also describe your character and stuff.
My character is a tiefling warlock, and her name is Zoran, and she was just chilling, doing her thing.
Great. As you're just kind of out there, you see kind of just like there have been a bunch of guards recently, kind of patrolling different areas more than they normally do. And then kind of like as you see them patrolling, they're trying to find there still hasn't been an actual like body for the court jester. They're still trying to find the body. And so they're looking around like the kind of like stage. They're looking around different areas, and one of them kind of goes over to you and says, "Hey, by the way, the princess wanted you for something. Your name is Zoran, right?"
Yes.
Yeah, the princess wanted you for something or rather. I'm not my jurisdiction. And starts like digging in the ground to try and find the body, see if it was hidden.
Okay. She just kind of goes.
Have a good day.
You too.
Now I have to fill this hole again. God damn it. Starts filling the hole. There's a lot of holes in the ground that just have been unearthed because of this guy.
So my character's name is Duniel, female Lightfoot halfling rogue, 8th level. I'm just gonna go into a store. It's a clothing store. I have this dress that I want to return. So
Yep.
Hello, Mr. Cashier.
Yes.
Okay, I need to return this dress.
Do you have like our little written receipts that we give you?
I'm sorry. Are you not gonna accept me? Are you not gonna accept this dress? You don't even know who my mom is. You know what? I'm just gonna call my mom.
Hold on. No, before you do that, let's look through the files. What do you know the company name of the dress, like on the tag?
How would I know that? I just need to return it.
Okay.
Hello?
Can I have it then?
Oh my goodness. So just for background, because I'm so rich, I have a actual phone, even though it hasn't been invented yet. I have a phone that I can use to call my mom. So I'm just gonna. Doot, 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 doot.
Fun time.
Hello, mom.
Oh dear, I was actually just about to call you. You need to come home.
I'm sorry.
You need,
No. This gross guy at the.
darling, darling.
I need to return my dress. You know that dress that you got me for my birthday 2 years ago? It's too big. I just tried it on for the first time. It's too big. I need to return it. It makes me look
Da-
fat.
Darling,
Yes.
you need to come home. Otherwise, I will throw out the other dresses.
No, you can't do that. Hey, by the way, can I borrow 100 gold pieces?
Darling,
Oh,
home
come on.
now.
It's just 100 gold. Mom,
Now.
mom. Oh, okay. Here, just take the dress. And I storm out.
The princess is sitting at the table. You also see Zoran next to her, as well as two guards that are flanked behind her for protection purposes currently, as more guards have been around recently. And
Oh, I see you. I see you had enough time to help these people out because you're the princess or whatever. You can't give me. You can't help me out, huh? Ah! I storm to my room.
no, come back down, sweetie.
You never give me anything.
Well, I'm about to give you a job to do because you need to do something for yourself,
What?
including for your father who's in jail. You know
Who?
your father. Oh my, your father.
Oh, you mean that criminal?
He's not
No, thank you.
he's not a criminal. He was wrongfully accused of killing the jester who has not even had a body found yet. Can you
Oh my god, you're
please
so annoying.
just help? Just helping is all I ask of you.
And all I ask of you is 100 gold pieces.
All right? Is that what you want for your reward for getting your father back from jail?
Come on. Fine. What do you
Look,
want me to do?
you and Miss Zoran will go and find the court jester. We have an address to the jails to my husband's or my soon to be husband's jail cell. Um and basically he has more information on what happened. I am not allowed to talk with him because of laws by which my parents are holding me to, but you two are. You can visit him and say you are visitors and ask him what really happened.
I don't even want to know.
What would you need for me to do this for you? Because honestly, you have done nothing but sit around and return dresses for the past 300 weeks.
Oh my god, Mom! I am not a spoiled brat. You have no idea what I do every
Then,
single day. I have to
then,
walk from my room downstairs and then up back to my room again where I can spend the rest of my day reading. Like, do you know how much work that is? This is basically child labor. And I'm only getting paid 100 gold. I'm 25, which means I'm basically a minor, which means this is basically child labor. Come on.
she looks over at Zoran. I'm sorry that you have to listen to what's going on right now.
I've heard worse.
Sweetie,
Ugh, what?
just help your mom out. 'Cause you know what? Once I get married to your father, then you will actually have a higher status. 'Cause I will be a queen, he will be a king, and you will be a princess.
Okay, fine. Fine, I'll do it. Let's go.
Great.
Come on.
You two go to the court jail. It's kind of like basically there's like you're in the kind of like in between of the kingdoms, and there's like a very interesting way that this is formatted where there's a bunch of like snow that you guys are walking through, and then right on the other side there's like this grass, and basically in between there's this little hatch. And as you open it, as one of the guards opens it, um, you guys go into these like nicely made stairs. Into a very uneven ground where there's cells with different prisoners. There's some bars that are just kind of like unrooted at the bottom or uprooted from the top. Like it just like destroyed or whatever, where previous prisoners have broken out. Um, and then there are some prisoners who are just kind of sitting in their little cells. You see one person playing solitaire by himself. But it's more like magic solitaire, as you see. It's like just like a wizard, and the only magic that he's allowed to use is to move the cards around. Um, and you eventually get to a cell with the Prince of Fire. Oh, my daughter, how are you?
Oh my god, Dad, you're so embarrassing. Stop. Stop.
All right.
I'm only here because my mom made me come here.
Well, I mean, you never do visit, so I understand. And you must be Zoran.
Mhm.
I see. Well, you see, what actually happened is different from what you have all heard. I know that it sounds like I killed the court jester, but he's very, in fact, alive. He told me that he was going off to visit a different kingdom in the ancient skies. He took a boat there, and he left. Basically, to explain it a little bit better than he is, because he's
Yes.
kind of misremembering. Basically, the guards found him, found the prince, because they had gotten a letter that stated, "Hey, this guy killed the court jester." They don't know where the letter came from. It was sent via someone that to them felt important. Enough to be credible, and so they arrested him. The thing that people are trying to do is find the body of the old one so that they have a more credible source than just this letter that they found. Because basically, this jail that they have him in is the nicer jail compared to where they would
Okay.
actually send him.
So the prince is in temporary jail until
Yes.
they get more evidence on him.
Yes.
So what are we I'm confused. What are we looking for in this castle that's being built by the skeleton turtles? Are we looking for the old jester who may be like being held hostage there? Or are we looking for some kind of evidence to show that the old jester is still alive?
The first one that you said about you're trying to see if maybe this guy kidnapped the old court jester. And that is what the prince believes.
So they suspect that that the new court jester might have something to do with this new castle, and that's why the prince suspects that this new castle might have something to do with the old court jester's disappearance.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. Okay. I'm sorry. That took me a second. Lot
Yeah,
of moving
no.
parts. I got it.
Yeah, trust me, I completely understand how confusing this is.
I think I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, yeah, the reason that it's weird to hear it from the prince is that he's kind of rambling a little bit. He doesn't know all the answers because literally all that he knows is, hey, my Jester friend went off to visit a place, and then all of a sudden I got put in jail because of a letter. That's all I know. And so I've only heard rumors through the grapevine about turtles.
Hmm.
And so, like, and like some of the rumors that he's talking about, you guys have also heard, just from like the guards jabbering because you're so close to them around. And so it's just kind of like a lot of it is a big kind of speculation pool.
Okay.
Because this kingdom, you've kind of mentioned a little bit the um kind of problem that exists, which is the fact that, like, if we had technology in this kind of day and age, it would be much easier to figure out these kinds of things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we don't. This is ancient times, and the first person that gets tipped off as the murderer gets put in jail.
Yeah.
But since it's a prince, they're kind of being a little bit more hasty with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Thanks for the clarification. Back in the game. So, Dad, just to be
Mhm.
clear, you don't want us looking for anything specific. You just want us to figure out what this turtle thing is what's happening with these turtles?
I think it might be connected. I don't know. I know that.
So you just want us to investigate, to spy on them.
Please, just help your father out, and also, please help us out, Zoran. I understand that this is a lot.
This is fine. I've done other jobs for other people. I completely understand where you're coming from.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is definitely child labor.
Just looks at Zoran. She's 25, right?
I think she mentioned earlier.
I'm basically a minor.
Yep, that's exactly how that works. Sends you off.
Listen, I'm 25, which means I'm practically 24, which means I'm practically 23, which means I'm practically 22, which means I'm practically 21, which means I'm basically 20, so I'm almost 19 and practically 18. So I'm definitely a minor.
You
Like,
see, as you
100% absolutely a minor.
about your age, one of the guards says, "All right, time's up."
My god, so sexist. No, wait, Dad, I just had one more question. You said, I don't know why I'm thinking about this. It's just popped into my head. You said that the old court jester had sailed away on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you by chance remember the boat operator's name?
God, if only I could. I mean, like, most of the boat operators from the ancient skies seem to be named Craig, so it's probably some relation to Craig the 32nd or whatever.
Craig the 32nd. Okay. I remember reading in my history class, which, by the way, I hate that class. My teacher.
Speaking of that, roll a history check for me.
Okay.
If you hate history so much, roll it with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
13.
13. Craig rings a bell in the sense that, oh, there was about 3 of them who drowned recently, but that's all you know.
Wait, what if Craig tried to hug the old jester and then took him into the sea with him, and they both drowned?
That's
What if that's what happened?
a possibility. You're ah, so you have been learning some new things in your classes. That's good.
Ah, you're so annoying. Storms out.
As you guys storm out, the guard escorts.
Bef-
What were you gonna ask?
Just before that happens, she's just like, I'm so sorry you have to deal with her.
It's okay. I I understand that children who are sometimes born into wealth can act like this, and we only hope to fix it.
Let's hope this gets our priorities straight.
You see one of the guards, like, as you guys go out, one of the guards goes over to the wizard and says, by the way, you can come with me. Your execution is ready. It's about time. I've been in here for 100 years now. As he just, like, moves the last card. And I finally won solitaire! Alright, come on, buddy. I can just go home in peace. And he, like, gets escorted to one of those, like, ancient, chopping block things. And just, peace.
Fatality.
Well,
And there we go. And go off to find these weird turtles. Anyway, so, as you guys go through the kingdom, you've kind of passed through the kingdom of ice and moved on to the kingdom of fire. As you're going through the kingdom of fire, you actually do see that there are some weird-looking turtles. They're carrying these like purple stones, and like they're just like these little undead turtles. Either of you can do a history check for me.
Maybe I learned something in my history class.
I know,
Disadvantage,
right? Disadvantage
Oh.
for you specifically.
that's
12.
nothing close. 6.
6.
Because I
Okay.
know the fucking one.
The 12 will do it. You vaguely remember hearing about the game over epidemic that happened to one of the areas, one of the islands, one of the like the old Mushroom Kingdom. And you remember that like everyone was like turned into these undead creatures. These are called dry bones.
Oh
And
my goodness!
and so you see these little like undead turtles.
Oh, you're smart.
They're little undead Koopas carrying these purple stones. You see one of them like accidentally drops it and it crushes the little dry bone, and it just kind of sits there for a second. The other one picks it up off of him, and as it's sitting there, and it builds itself back up. Um, and so it kind of like in the game, how when you stomp on one, if you're not using certain special power-ups, then it will build itself back up. Either you guys can follow them, or you guys can like I'll go for either a stealth or a performance check. The stealth will be for following them sneakily. The performance check will be for pretending to pick up a stone with them and bring it
I
to
will-
their place.
I will do performance because I have +8.
I'm doing
Okay.
stealth because I have +10.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought as much.
19 +8. I'm not counting.
19 plus 8. Okay, great.
27.
27. So, for reference, a passive perception of a dry bone is 9. So, you don't see either of you kind of just do this. There, one of them is like to you,
Yeah.
just like gives it to you because they can't speak. They don't have words. They're little undead turtles.
hmm
And so they're just like carrying these boulders. You're behind one of them. You're a halfling, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're like behind, and you can literally you're probably like the slightest bit taller than one of these turtles. And so like you're hiding just enough so that like you're perfectly hidden behind one of these turtles and their rock.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you eventually get to nothing, because as these turtles just kind of walk, you see that they're like you see a couple of them vanish as they like walk through, and then I want any of you to give me a Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yes.
Okay, I think I can do that one. I can do that one. 15.
15?
6.
6. With that 15, you can tell that this is like a magic kind of barrier in a sense.
Oh.
It's not like it will like bounce anyone off. It more just like it's kind of like that invisible kind of like shroud type thing to make things look like they're not there. And so that's why everyone just kind of sounds crazy when they're talking about turtles vanishing into
Nowhere.
the nowhere with a bunch of
Like,
rocks.
not nowhere.
And so as you walk through the invisible veil, you actually see a very disassembled purple castle.
They're trying.
They're trying. They're not great at building this giant castle, but they're trying their best. And so the best part of this castle that is actually built as you guys kind of walk in is the kind of like throne room in a sense. And this throne room, as you look around, you see you see like this beautiful kind of like hall with all the purple stuff in it. You also see, as you walk in, there is this river of water that kind of like is in the middle. And as the river of water goes into like this pool that has a crown symbol, with a purple circle around it, you see a big old like jester guy that looks almost like he's a balloon, with these yellow eyes and like black kind of balloon pop, like bubble like skin.
Hmm.
Either of you can make another history check for me.
Dirty 20.
30-20.
3.
3.
Which is the
So
reason I failed history class.
yeah. To explain this a little more for people who may not know, there is a character specifically in one of the Mario games where he's like this little jester guy, and he has these bubbles that he creates that form this giant jester, and he is called Multi Boss Blob. And he's just this guy who builds up his blobs. Um, and he's just multi boss blob, and
Motley?
Motley.
Motley?
Yes,
Motley. Yeah, I find it.
yeah, he's a weird little guy. And as you enter, you also see that right about like here-ish. It's kind of hard to see because this guy is like really tall. He's just like a little blob guy who's very tall. Um, and so like as you're kind of like peeking around a little bit, you do see actually make an investigation check for me.
Both of us?
Actually no, not investigation, perception for both of you.
Okay. Perception.
10.
Alright. 3! I have no pluses to that.
3 and 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys get in, you see, and there's this little like it's like a cage, and you do hear like help, 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 and you see like the multi boss blob kind of thing just whoa, as some of like the uh parts of the blob kind of like fall off of its skin, but it like reshapes. It's like really, really like kind of like if you're looking at like an oil kind of monster, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Either way, You guys get in, you hear the help thing, and it's like quiet. And as you get in, both of you make a dex save for me.
No, fun. 21.
21,
Wait, is this one?
19.
19.
21,
Okay.
I can count.
Cool. Yeah, you guys see, there's like this uneven part of the ground that hasn't been finished yet. As they're like trying to put the last parts in, and you guys like move around it quite safely. So here's the thing. This is meant to be a battle map. But you guys are doing very good on these kind of like saves and other things. So here's what I'm willing to get you guys into. You guys can
Yes.
either come out of your like stealth and performance stuff and fight these guys, or alternatively, you guys can try and maneuver around them however you want in order to get to the cage, which is right here.
I want to do stealth.
So you're open to keeping your performance up with moving the blocks around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm good at.
Luke, what would you prefer to do?
I would like to maintain stealth and try to get past them.
Okay.
If
Cool.
it comes to it, I'm also prepared to fight.
Yeah.
Same here.
Understood. So here's what I'm gonna have you guys do. I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative. Luke, you are up first.
Well, I'm hidden. I don't really want to reveal myself just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to... Is there a way to get all the way to the cage while remaining, like, in cover?
There are two options that you can take.
Yep.
There are some pillars around that you can basically, what I would like recommend is basically you can do a thing of like, so basically, where you guys are hidden, right? So like you're hidden behind one of the pillars right now. So, and then as for you, you're just holding up one of the rocks, looking like one of the guys helping. So for Luke, it's like you're hidden behind one of the pillars right now. You're making sure you're not seen, and you can either run to another pillar, or alternatively, you can swim.
I can swim?
There's a river.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little like this is like a little like pool section with the little big like pool right there. And underneath the water you would be hidden. So you could do that.
Just a quick question for when my turn comes around. How deep is the water?
The water is roughly like 6 feet deep.
Cool.
It has that kind of like starting point where it's not that, where like if you were to like step in around here, then it's like probably like 2 feet deep.
Alright, but
then
the
as
whole
you-
thing is 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so you can go through the water up until you get here, which is when you would have to get out. So it's kind of whatever you want to do. And the turtles, again, and Motley wouldn't see you if you're going through the water. But eventually you would have to get out, so you would have to kind of like figure out a different way, whether you cause a distraction or something like that.
I can
I
cause...
think I'm just gonna swim all the way up there and then start fighting once I get to the end and just fight my way through the rest.
Okay, so what is your movement speed? Because I believe swimming is half of.
It is half. I just checked. So my movement speed is 25. Jeez. Okay. So I can move 12 feet every round. So
Yeah.
just move me 15 the first time, then move me 10 the next time.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get me an average.
So you're about there for now.
Yep.
Is there anything else you would like to do? Because you can use your like action to dash, right? Or you're a rogue, so you can use a bonus action to dash.
And I'm not going to do anything else.
1, 2, yeah. Okay, so you're about here.
Since I'm no longer hidden, since I make the splash sound, I have to take the hide action again.
Yeah, which is an
So,
action. So you
let me
wouldn't
roll
know.
again. So
Okay.
this time it's 16 to hide. So if any of them roll higher than 16, then they do see me.
Well, the dry bones collectively rolled a 1.
Okay.
So they're just kind of not even caring. They're making sure that the pillars are built correctly or whatever. So they don't even care. And then the blob rolled a 5.
Okay. So I'm still hidden.
Yeah, so it is your turn, by the way, Stella.
Yeah, it's
I'll
your
do
turn.
that.
Alright, so you create a minor illusion. What is the sound that you're...
Probably just like really loud screaming.
Okay. Yeah, there's literally loud screaming. The bones are like... Yeah, so now the dry bones are gonna move.
They heard that sound.
So they're getting over there. And then the undead blob is just kind of... is like... As he moves, his kind of feet make this kind of like sloshing sound.
Hmm.
And so it's like shh. And gets all the way over there and just kind of is like, what was that? And so Luke, it is now your turn again.
Yep, okay. I'm going to get out of the water,
Okay.
and that makes noise, which means I'm automatically no longer hidden,
Mm-hmm.
and they know that I am there.
Yep.
I'm going to...
So here's what I'll say. These
Yep.
3 are more interested in the sound of what's happening than you. These 2 saw you.
Okay. According to the new rules, in order to hide,
Mm-hmm.
I only need to make a DC 15 dex check. It doesn't need to be a roll off. They roll to find me, but they can only do that on their turn.
Well, you did make a giant splash as you got out of water.
Right, so they see me. That's a
Mhm.
given. What I want to do is I want to make the hide action again. And if I get 15 or higher, I am hidden. And in order for them to find me on their turn, they just need to roll higher than I did.
Correct.
So I'm going to do that.
Go for it.
The hide action, it's a 16. So
Okay.
I am hidden. Unless, is there a place to hide here? Not really.
Yes,
Okay.
because so think
There
about
is.
this.
Okay.
This is like a pool, or it's
Mhm.
like one of those like lap pools, and then this is like a little pool, and
Yeah.
it's taller. So you're like hiding behind the wall in a sense, underneath the wall.
Okay. Okay. So total cover. That means I can hide. So I'm
Yeah.
hidden. Make note of my roll. It's a 16. They do know that I am there, but they can no longer see me because I'm hidden. So on their
Yeah.
turn, they can make a wisdom check, or they can make a perception check to try to find me.
Yep.
But they know I'm there. They just don't know where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So that was hide. That was hide as a bonus action. I'm gonna use my action to take the dash action, and since I'm on land, it's gonna be 25 times 2. I have 50 feet of movement.
Make a dex check to climb the wall.
7.
7. You're like this wall is very messily built by a bunch of undead turtles that can't really do well, and so.
So okay, I can't dash, so I only have 25 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's just pretend I didn't dash now. So I have
Cool.
15 feet of movement left. I failed my check to climb the wall, and I dropped on the floor, and
Mhm.
it's just like, ah!
Obviously now you're unhidden
And
because
now everyone can see me. Yes.
now, yeah, pretty much the blob is like, "Yeah. Criminal, or actually no, correct on that, human thing,
Yeah.
and then all the skeletons are like, "Nyang, nyang, 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 so on their turn they'll go over to you. You fell on your back, so you're prone. which would mean that you have to use half of your movement to get up, which means you use the rest of your movement because you've already used half.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming you use that half of your movement to get up.
Yes. So
Cool.
I'm standing up, and now that's the end of my turn then.
Yep. Stella, they are now seeing your partner.
Okay. And I have my cantrip going right now with minor illusion with the scream, but that's not working.
They're not as interested in the scream anymore
All right.
because they see an
Once
actual
it's my
person.
turn, Once it's my turn, I'm gonna lift that.
It is your turn.
Oh, cool! I lift that.
Okay.
Does that take an action
Nope.
to do that? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, because it just ends as soon as you cast another spell,
well,
or you just choose
I
to
could.
end
I
concentration.
could.
You can also keep it going if you want, as long as you don't cast another concentration spell.
I might do something else. I could do that. Is that 15 feet? I think that's 15 feet.
To what?
No, not distance from me, but I think that's 15 feet. I'll put that there. I'm going to cast darkness.
Oh, okay. Where are you casting it?
Here.
Where's the point?
See the blobby thing?
Yeah.
Basically right on top of it.
So 15.
In the middle of it.
Okay, and is it a 15-foot circle?
Sphere, yeah.
Dark cloud over these guys, and you're
Yeah.
centering it on the blob guy. So basically, his clothing is what the darkness is
Centered
on.
on. And it
And so
moves with him.
every time that he moves, darkness will move with him.
Yep.
So these guys are shrouded in darkness. They can't see you. So the only one that can see Luke is this dry bone.
That was the point.
Great. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm not gonna move.
This one dry bone is gonna take. Nope, that's you, Luke. Sorry. Right next to you, Luke.
Yep.
And so he's gonna try and hit you with one of his claws. So does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does. I'm going to use my reaction to do an uncanny dodge and take the dodge. So I do take damage, but it's half damage.
Cool.
And actually, all damage I take is now half for the rest of my turn.
Awesome. So yeah, you take the dodge action, which means you're going to take half of this. How much? It's just 1d4 plus 2. So it's going to be 2 damage.
2 damage.
I already have it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's just like a little slash across your face with some skeleton bits. And that's pretty much all that little guy can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other ones are gonna go. They are having a hard time trying to maneuver the darkness. So they're gonna make a perception check to try and navigate out. This one gets out. And goes up. This one keeps going this way. Like, I'm gonna go out this way.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it's just random. They have no idea which way is which.
Yep. And then this guy, actually, hold on. I'm actually gonna do a little different thing. So this guy goes down. This guy goes that way, and this guy goes all right, and falls into the water.
Into the water. Perfect.
Yep. And so he's in the water. Let's see. Yeah, so falls into the water, and just sinks to the deep below. And he would normally have to, build himself back up, but since he's in the water, can't really do it that well, and so he's just whoosh, under the water and dead. The blob is gonna try and move. Can't really see much, and also is the darkness himself.
Yeah,
It's
so the
kinda-
darkness moves with him.
Yeah, so he just kind of whoop whoop, and as he does, this other guy gets caught in the darkness again, just for reference. You're
Yeah.
like at the edge, Stella, now, so you can
I should move.
see a little bit now. Luke, it is now your turn as the
It's my
darkness
turn.
cloud is moving around in that direction.
Okay, I'm going to use my cunning action to tweak the disengage action as a bonus action.
Okay,
So now my movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
great,
And for my action, I'm going to try to climb up that stupid wall again.
go for it.
Come on! 8.
8,
8.
fall again.
Why isn't it like an acrobatics check? Like,
Because of the way that it's built.
fall again. Jeez.
Fall again. Yeah, and so as you make actually high or low.
Low.
Okay. As you fall, like the rock that you pull out of the wall hits the little dry bone on the head for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Cool. Stella.
I'm gonna move my full movement over that way.
Where Luke is.
About, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. So that's about where you can move. Do you want to do anything else?
I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at the one near Luke.
Luke. Okay.
16 plus 8.
Oh yeah,
To
that
hit.
hits. That hits.
Oh,
Damn.
that is 39 lightning damage.
On this poor
Low.
little thing.
High or low?
Hi.
Okay, yeah, cool. You create so much energy that it feels like radiant that you do just kill it. Because either way, these things have like 13 health. Like, okay. So that's dead. Next is that the end of your turn? Stella?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Cool. The dry bones are gonna go. So this one's still enshrouded in darkness, so it's gonna make another perception check to try and get out. It makes 10, so it's gonna go back here. Still can't see anything. This one, now that it's out of the darkness, it's just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep going, and now it's gone because at this point,
So it's running away.
yeah, it just left. It's like I don't want to deal with this. I don't get paid enough. I don't get paid at all. The blob is so confused. It's going to make a perception check. Or it's gonna make an attack with disadvantage at where it remembers where Luke's character was. So
Last time it saw me, I was in a different spot, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying, where it remembers Luke's character was. Because it doesn't have any perception now. You see a firebolt just kind of hit the water. As it just kind of Yeah, doesn't do anything. And after that is Luke.
Okay. Well, now that I no longer have this thing to worry about, and everything else cannot see me, I'm going to try to climb the wall again.
Yeah. Make an investigation check on the wall.
Investigation. Wait, investigation check would take my action if I'm really
Nope,
looking
this is
into
a
it.
free thing that I'm giving you.
Okay. 19.
19. So you're looking at the wall. The most even part of this wall is basically right near this pool. So it would give you the ability to be like an acrobatics check instead of a dex check, because the reason that it's a dex check is you're doing this kind of like weird kind of, it's weirder to climb because these walls are so weirdly built, but this is meant to be built nice.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my cunning action to take the dash action to get extra movement. No, I have 50 feet of movement.
Great.
First 10 to move over there. Next, I'm going to... Even with an acrobatics, it's 9.
9. Okay. You climb up the wall.
I made it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. Use how many more feet to get to the cage?
So about you can go down this, like, you can just go down the stairs, and this there are like stairs right about here too. I know that there's only stairs here and here, but there's also stairs here. And so you can go down here and then move over 2, and it would get to the cage.
Okay.
I don't know why the thing did that. So it would be, hold on, 15 plus 2. Plus, so 10. This is 15 plus 10, so 25.
Yep, I can make that
Great.
since I dashed.
Mm-hmm. You can do some kind of like lock. You can do what's the there's something,
Sleight of hand?
sleight of hand.
Like,
Thank you.
yeah. I'll do
So
that next turn. I already used my
yeah,
action
right,
to climb up the wall.
right.
But
Okay, that's it. Stella,
Yes.
anything you would like to do?
Do my movement plus dash to get to the cage.
Okay.
Well, is it 30 already to just get there?
So you would
If it is,
have, it's
no,
25
it's not. So I'll
to
dash.
get. It's 25 to get here. Then you would have to get to the wall to climb the wall.
Oh, that's a wall?
Yeah.
that's the wall that
Okay.
I've been trying and failing to climb this whole battle.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Go to the wall.
25. All right, so you
Go to
can
the wall.
do this part, which Luke already did. Do an acrobatics for me.
Acrobatic. Oh, okay. Great. 12. 13, 14, 15, 19.
Yep. Awesome.
I
So
love how I did that first try.
Yep.
I have plus 7. What else am I supposed to do?
so you can use 25 feet of your movement. What else do you want to use to get over to the cage?
I only have 5 more.
Okay, so you can get to here.
If I do it normally.
Yeah. Great. The dry bones again is going to try and perception out of the. Or actually, if you no, you don't have an action left because you used your action to do that. Never mind. Dry bones is going to keep, just kind of walks this way out of the darkness, and it's just like, huh? It's like he's out of the darkness, but he sees no one, so he's already failed his mission.
Oh,
And so
poor boy.
he's just sad. And then the blob is once again Gonna try and use a spell with disadvantage. Still misses. You just see a bunch of another firebolt into the darkness. He's trying to move. He moves a little bit, but the darkness moves with him at this point. So he's like, Luke, it's your turn.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Oh, so these aren't windows; they are doors. So you can once
Wait,
you
I
get the
have
gesture, you can get him out.
22.
You unlock it. It's like, ah, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Are you the Jester?
Yes. My name
You're
is Fred.
alive.
My name is Fred. My boatman jumped off the boat, and then this blob guy grabbed me. With a bunch
What was
of
your
ropes.
boatman's name?
Craig. It's a long story.
I knew it.
But I have to. Uh, and he kind of just like, it's like, what's happened since I was in this cage? I've heard that the prince was arrested for my murder.
Yep.
Yes.
Um,
My dad.
Oh wow. And he gets out of the cage and starts runs to the door. You guys go through the back door. As you get farther and farther away from the darkness spell ends. And the blob is like,
Saws, bye guy.
and like hits one of his skeletons and just like,
Not the baby.
and you guys go back to the castle. The wedding happens a couple weeks later-ish, as the Jester is okay. Fred, the Jester, is okay. Luke, you are now a princess, no longer just no kind of like daughter of a princess.
Princess.
Yeah, princess. You are now a princess. So you get a little bit of money from that as well as plenty of new dresses.
You finally. That's all I wanted.
Zoran, do you want
Definitely
anything?
child labor.
Zoran just kinda is chilling. She's doing alright
Great.
for herself. She's fine with not getting anything. She just likes doing this for the sake of doing things.
Great.
Oh my god, Zoran. Why are you so like this? Let's go shopping sometime. This was fun.
I'll definitely do that with you. I just don't need anything.
I know, but I want to know you. Come on, let's do it.
Alright, I'll go with you.
You guys go shopping, have a weird time, and that's the end. Thanks, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.